Our last speaker tonight, ladies and gentlemen, is without doubt one of the greatest orators in this country. He's a towering figure on the left of British politics, and he's coming onto this platform today to join the Grassroots Out movement. And I want you to give a very big, warm welcome to George Galloway.
Comrades and friends, first of all, I'd like to thank Nigel Farage very sincerely for his kind welcome, the more generous, because Nigel and I agree on hardly anything at all. But we do agree at least on one thing, and it happens to be the most important thing, not only now, but in the lifetime of everyone in this hall and everyone in this country. It is the demand that Britain should be an independent, sovereign and democratic country, and that means leaving the European Union. I don't want you to think that I'm any kind of pacifist against all wars. If I was alive and of age, I would have been among the first in the queue to volunteer to fight in the Second World War. Indeed, I would have been one of those agitating that we should confront fascism earlier and with all the vigour that we could then muster. But the war, when it came, was, as Mr. Churchill said, our finest hour, when we all went forward together. Mr. Churchill and Mr. Attlee and Mr. Bevan together as one front rank, leading the British people, never as united before or since. And we wrote our name in the stars. That's what we're doing here tonight. Mr. Farage and me, Miss Hoy and Mr. Davis. Left, right, forward march to victory on the 23rd of June.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Brothers and sisters, comrades and friends, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Thank you very much indeed for turning out in these extraordinary numbers.
We treat Israel as if it were a member of the European Union. We even allow them to sing in the Eurovision Song Contest, play in the European Football Championships, have almost member state access to our markets for their products. We have declared Bradford an Israel-free zone. We don't want any Israeli goods, we don't want any Israeli services, we don't want any Israeli academics coming to the university or the college. We don't even want any Israeli tourists to come to Bradford, even if any of them had thought of doing so.
Israel is an associated state of the European Union. The first free trade agreement with Israel was signed in 1975. An association agreement was signed in 1995, and following ratification process, came into force in 2000. A free trade agreement in pharmaceuticals was signed in 2012, and Aviation Open Skies agreement in 2013. In 2019, once the United Kingdom leaves the European Union, the UK will no longer be a party to these agreements. Job done as far as George Galloway is concerned.